And we're live.
Bernardo, my brother, what's going on? God bless.
We're live with my good friend. But my good friend happens to be a a historian, producer, everything, everything of freestyle. I mean,
DJ,
DJ. Man, you say it. The history. Like every single record that was put out, most of it, and just like information that not all the freestyle enthusiastic knows, like real deep, deep freestyle info.
Well, I started back in the day, Bernardo, in Coney Island DJing at the bumper cars, El Dorado, when it was, I guess, disco / freestyle era. And, I hooked up with a lot of small local artists, like Eye to Eye, uh, Victor Franco, big producer now. Mario Francoforte, another freestyle producer. A lot of people don't know those little small names behind the scenes. Believe it or not, those guys have made a big impact on freestyle music. Little Louis Vega. Uh, you know, uh, Freestyle music has always been a part of my life, no matter what, mood or kind of day I had going on. So, with that being said, I started doing shows in New York City in early 2000s, probably late 90s, early 2000s. Original TK, all original groups before all that stuff started happening. Then I moved to Pennsylvania, started doing shows over there in the Silo nightclub with a bunch of other guys. Again, supporting a lot of local artists that had a big impact on the industry that were not even known as much as they are known now. Just supporting the freestyle music, going to every show I possibly could. As you can tell in my background, I got probably every record you can think of, 3-4 copies of each, cassette, yours especially right there.
Bernardo.
Yeah. So, I got the CD, got the tape, I got the vinyl, you name it, whatever artist came out with, I got it.
I got your vinyl. Because I got a few more vinyls, and but one of them is yours. Another one is a freeze, one for Freeze and one for you.
Okay.
So that's some lockdown.
All right.
A moment ago you were talking about some you were saying some names, and I was in an interview a little while ago, and I was mentioning to this lady about the participation of people like Italians, and I was telling her I've been around the country, and for example, in California there's a big Filipino participation of the freestyle genre. And then,
and see, in Cali, it's a little weird. It's not like New York City. In New York City, you got the Italians and the Latins that pump freestyle. On Cali, you got a lot of Filipino, some Vietnamese. They crank it out, and it's just and a lot of believe it or not, there's a lot of Italian freestyle artists that people think that they're Latin. You know what I mean? And it's just like Laura Inia, she's Italian. Janine, she's Italian. So many more. The Officer, they're Italian, Canadian-based freestyle group. It's just the music is God.
My friends, today we got a man that is schooling us over here in and stuff that for me, it's unique moment for me because this is learning, this is educational stuff that I don't know. And Sal is a freestyle encyclopedia.
Well, not so much, but with my memory starting to go, the old age kicking in, it's a little hard to remember everything. But I mostly growing up, in my late teens, I didn't know that friends that I almost finished high school with, when they started to go their own way and do their thing, they ended up becoming big freestyle producers. Like I said, Victor Franco, Mario Francoforte, so many more. I can't even remember them off the top of my head, but they had such a huge impact on producing Judy Torres records. Anything that had to do with Profile Records, he had his foot in it. It's just a sad thing that back then it was easy to produce with the analog, and it was inexpensive. Now that things gotten digital, it's a little bit more expensive. It takes a little bit more time to reproduce or produce at all, period. So, now there's a lot of people just remixing stuff, or doing a lot of edits, but that are not even theirs. So I really try to remix, with vocals, instrumentals, and just trying to give it a different beat. I'm not claiming to be the best. I know you got Joshua, JW, he's awesome. You got James, DJ James Anthony, I don't want to butcher his last name. He's based out of New York City. He's another good producer. He's involved with Sirius XM Radio. So many people, really, really good people out there. You got Hans, Freddie Edit. He's amazing. You got so many people. I wish I could name everybody, but so many amazing people that keeping the genre alive. Just when you thought the genre was dead, it's alive.
It's alive and well.
You know what I mean?
Sal, let me like right now, like super fast, the five songs that comes to your brain immediately.
5 best songs.
5 best songs. I mean,
man, I wish you could say 500, but I'll do the 5.
Well, at least the 5 immediate, the first 5 immediate that are.
I say Sweet Sensation, the original group, of course. Marty, big shout out to her. Good people, my friend from Pennsylvania. Ian Ice, Fatal Attraction.
You like Ian, Fatal Attraction? We gotta have him on the show.
Yeah, he's
Fatal
very good
Attraction, Fatal.
That's 2. Hungry for Your Love, Star Hansen and Davis.
Hungry for your love.
Hungry for Your Love. He's coming out with some new music. Working on some stuff right now. Actually playing it right now in the background. And Will and More. Good guy. My brother, just like you. Very talented, humble brother. Sammy XO, another good brother. They're not forgotten, but I wish certain artists would get the certain exposure they deserve instead of having to repeat.
I think
big names that got radio play.
I think we're working on that, Sal. I think I've been to. You took me one time to one of your shows that you did, and that's pretty cool because you and as you, there's a lot of enthusiasts that's exactly what they're doing. They're gathering up the artists, different artists that also participated in the genre, and they're giving exposure to them by people like you making shows and bringing them out.
Yeah. That's what we need. More promoters instead of going for the big names and the ones that got radio show, the ones that are popular. You could use the big names as an opening act, as a headliner. Because people do know every single artist out there, believe it or not. I mean, I do. I know all the people that do. It's just once you start to play the song, they're like, oh my God, I remember that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, there's ways to market the freestyle genre. You know what I mean? If people want to go for the big name and go for the big buck, me personally, it's not about the money. It's about keeping the music alive.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt to make a couple of dollars, but
right.
As long as you're having a good time and you're doing the right thing and you're just showing love, I think that's all that counts.
Yep.
I've done so many shows, probably over 20, 25 shows in PA, a few in New York, one that you were involved in PA. In New York City, we did a few back in the day with other guys that was 5, 6 promoters. With so many promoters, it doesn't go well because they want this guy, they want that guy don't want this guy.
Yeah.
So it's a little tough when you have partners, you know.
When there's too many opinions and stuff like that, you can't.
Yeah, you can't come to an agreement with what you really want.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just I play freestyle music every day. I try to make every show I can. I'm living in Florida now, so it's a little bit tough just to drive 3 hours this way and 3 hours the other way. But I really, I love the genre. I love every artist. I mean, I wish I could get more exposure on my Freestyle Showcase page, but with every request that I got, it's hard to.
Sal, so talk to us about that right now. The info, the where do we hear your show?
Well, we used to do a little live music 2 years ago when we started the page Freestyle Showcase on Facebook. Then I had a little complications, personal situation in my life that I take care of, and I just started to post up videos and little animated stuff that I create on my computer to add a video to the music that people didn't have any video to. Whether it's a little animated guy dancing with a girl, a remix, original version. So we post probably 5 to 10 songs a day if we can to show love to every artist out there, whether if it's cassette tape records, CDs, a picture of the artist from somebody else that went to a show. Right. You know, anybody that has anything to do with the freestyle genre, that loves the genre, we post it. I try not to be like every other page, you know.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. It's about, for me, I view it like you, man. I view it like, like an archive. Like, I know it's our responsibility to really, to really account for everything that was done. Account for it, like the inventory, who did what, and really account for it, for generations to come. Freestyle is passing through our hands because through us. So it's people like you that this is what you really focus on. I mean, artists that not everybody knows. Songs, super rare songs that nobody has ever heard.
I love to. I used to have about 3,000-4,000 records. I had to shrink down a little bit. I live in a small area now.
Right.
But I want to give a shout out to Edie. She's amazing. She's amazing.
Edie.
Yeah, she's amazing. I owe her a dance. So I remember about 5 years ago, I traveled from PA to New York to celebrate her birthday.
Sal, look who's here too. Our baby Barbie Jolie.
Oh, Barbie, cool.
Barbie.
Joe and Joe.
Yeah, Joe and Jolie. Yep. Good people. And they're freestyle management company and promoters, and whenever they do something, they it comes out real nice, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been to a few of their events. We actually, I think we put an event together in Philadelphia at the Family Tavern back then for
Family Tavern.
Justin Davila, Wicked. A lot of good memories with us all. A lot of unnamed people that I haven't mentioned yet either. The list goes on. It was about 15 acts. I mean, we had a really good time, building memories, making good friends.
Yeah.
Poe, I met Angel there.
Angel.
Man, I met so many wonderful people that I still have in contact with today.
Yeah.
And just beautiful, beautiful memories with everybody I've met.
Yeah, but once this whole cold weather, this whole winter thing is over, then we start doing it again.
I got some lined up in a couple of weeks. Just don't know where yet because I'm not a native here in Florida, so I don't have many connections here.
You don't feel one of us yet?
Nah, not yet. I'm wearing slippers outside, so I'm close.
Yeah,
I'm pretty close.
Florida. Florida is it's a cool place. Where you at now?
I'm about 20 minutes from Winter Haven. It's called Lakeland.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little small town. I live near the downtown area. I'm near the highway, so I'm pretty close to the major vein to go anywhere I need to go. It's not my cup of tea, but it is what it is. You know, I'm a native New Yorker for life.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Wait, you took me on to what? Pennsylvania, right?
Well, I used to live in Pennsylvania in the outskirts of Reading, PA. When you guys came to my house, you, Angel, Boricua Posse,
Yeah.
Benny Gonzalez.
Benny Gonzalez.
When we did the show at the Storage Hotel.
Yeah.
There was somebody else there. It was me and Bobby. We did that show there. But before you, we did a few shows in Silo. I mean, we just do it every month religiously, like if we were going to church, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, things happened at that location that we couldn't do any shows anymore.
Right.
So, you know, with the crime and all that being bad in that area, it's unfortunate. It happens almost everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But we just got to look for another location now, up north or Jersey, anywhere.
So now that I was thinking about, you know, the show that we went to, that you took us to, I was Cito Payne, the group Payne came to my mind.
Payne was there.
Yeah.
Cito,
yeah. You know, and I'm always constantly saying this, you know, I think Payne has, you know, they have a song that is really important for me, and I didn't hear that song until like you know, like now, you know, like in the last 8 years. That's when I first heard the song called "The Color of Pain."
It's an amazing song.
And the song really, you know,
touching song.
I really, you know, I like that song. I think it's definitely evolution, like an evolution. I can see in that song the evolution of freestyle from like old school to new school. And if you haven't heard this song, you could YouTube it. It's from Payne, the group Payne, and the name of the song is called "The Color of Pain."
Color of Pain, yeah. It's a good song. They're great, talented artists. I mean, they're amazing. You know, they have a good number of a handful of songs, and they're one after the other. They're amazing. You know, it's just I wish they would come out with more and more. You know, music, and yourself too. I mean, Why Did You Quit on Me and Love Me Tonight? Quédame esta noche.
Quédame esta noche.
You know, I wish I had a really good MP3 of that one, because a lot of MP3s that are out there a little bit staticky, but
you know, now that you mentioned this, I spoke the other day to Diego, the producer of Love Me Tonight, and he's working on you know, doing he's doing remixes to it, and he's setting up the whole internet store for it, you know, all that stuff. So we came to a nice agreement that, you know, I would do videos for it because I know how to edit and stuff like that, videos. So, you know, I'll make just a bunch of videos. The other day I made a video out of just people with cell phones in different, and it was crazy because, you know, one Friday night, I'm like, you know, it wasn't even finished. I'm like, let me just put this thing out there for a moment, you know. And, you know, the video, man, got 10,000 views one day and then 10,000 views the next day. And in a matter of a month, it had, you know, 50,000 views. It wasn't even finished, you know. And I took it off when I finished it, you know. And it's cool because it was filmed with phones. Just the people, and then, you know, I saw the footage on YouTube, and I just started copying it, and, you know, I made and it taught me something real nice. It taught me that most definitely it taught me that we freestyle artists, even if it doesn't have to be the best quality of video. Like, for example, what you're doing, you're doing something, you know, like no, we need to upload it to YouTube with something. You know,
I agree with you. I try to do that. Up to every artist.
There's,
you know,
thousands and thousands,
it's really tough.
Thousands of people that would love to, you know, to see the artists, because a lot of the artists were never seen. You know, so I think it's kind of like a freestyle closure, where us out freestyle closure, for example. You know,
Yeah.
freestyle closure. I get a lot of people saying, so that's what you look like, Bernardo.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of artists that they don't know who they are. They just have a picture of like some kind of forest or trees, rainforest or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and they just don't add like a video. I mean, I like to try to add a little. I'm trying to do like a little collage like you did yourself with Why Did You Quit on Me?
Yeah.
A little collage of little clips of the artist singing certain portions of the song. That's going to take a while to match the lips with the MP3.
No.
You
well,
know.
I learned from this particular editing this particular video that it was like something that I did for fun. That next time that I'm performing, you know, I'm gonna tell everyone that has a camera there to please to send it to me right away. Give my number right now, bro, right now, you know, so I can have it, and I want to be able to not only go and perform, but I want to be able to do the same thing. I want to be able to make a small little video for every performance that I make, because I think, you know, there's the people want to hear it, and like you know, I want it to stay here. You know, the legacy of something that our generation gave birth to, and I believe is gonna be here forever. You know?
Yeah, freestyle will never die. People think that it's dead. Just excuse me a minute. I was just unplugging something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not dead. I mean, everywhere you go, you hear it. You know, you hear it. It's being played. It's alive and well. You know, it's just we need more a newer generation to start putting out the music and recreating music and writing music, singing. You know, my son, he's 10 years old. He loves freestyle music. He's in every kind of remix, reproduction post that I put up on my freestyle showcase page. You know, he gives you a shout out. He's like, hit him with some freestyle, Bernardo. You know, he says, freestyle forever. You know, so he loves freestyle music. He knows a lot of the lyrics. And my other son, not too much because he's 21. Yeah, they like that little hip hop-ish kind of stuff, which I'm not really crazy about. I don't dislike it, but I just wouldn't play it and blare it in my car.
Mm-hmm.
But my cup of tea is freestyle music. I grew up on that and disco, so you know, I really just people think I'm weird when they're like, "What are you listening to?" I don't like it. No, what's that? So I don't know if I should throw them out of the car or not. You know what I mean? so I mean, they're like, "Don't touch my radio." They're like trying to touch me. I'm like, "Don't touch." You know, it's just like a crime if you want to change my radio. Mm. But I'm a little fanatic like that, you know.
So you've been to many unique moments in freestyle, and I mean, plenty of concerts, plenty of freestyle concert. Any artist that has really impacted you, something, you know, like a magic moment, special moment, something that you say, oh my God, you know, freeze this moment. This is what it's all about for me.
You know, I mean, Pose has really made a great, wonderful impression on me, and he's impacted me. I've always wanted to try to come up with my own music and sing a little bit, which I'm kind of shy to do. I do it at home. I'm afraid to kind of like put a little bit what I tried to do out, you know, because there's always somebody that's gonna give a nasty opinion. I don't mind constructive criticism, but some people are a little bit nasty these days, you know, and a little bit too harsh. You know, so I'm a type of person that I like to lash back at people, but I've learned not to. Pose, you, humble Edie, Judy Torres, Payne, Jay Rivera, believe it or not, I mean, he's, a lot of people don't know the artist, but he was part of Boys in the Lab with, he was Lillian Gray's, God rest her soul, by the way, Lillian Gray's husband, Boys in the Lab, and it was Jay Rivera, and then I guess they went their separate ways, whatnot. He's a good vocalist. Rudy Fausto, amazing dude. I mean, the list goes on and on about people that just try to climb up the ladder, and now they're getting good recognition for what they have done, whether it's covers, remakes, but amazing people, you know. I wish I could see these people every single day. It's just not, there's not that much time in the day to hang out with all these people that I've met, wonderful people throughout the years, you know. Victoria, she's a wonderful vocalist, freestyle artist out of, she's Canadian, living, I believe, in Florida now. Sammy C, amazing. Sammy C, amazing guy. Sammy Zone, another amazing dude. And Ragwell. You know, some of them are known more internationally than here in the States.
Ragwell is huge in Brazil.
Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I wish I could just. But Sammy XO, George Anthony, another guy, that amazing vocalist, amazing person, just simply amazing, talented. William Moore, Noel, Ronaldo. It's just the list goes on and on. I wish I could stay on with you all night, and the list could go on and on.
Sal, so this is a question that I've been asking every person, every producer, people who are aware of the actual production of the freestyle. I always say the freestyle formula. What makes freestyle? And I consider that you are an expert in this. Okay, so the old school. What, you know, in your opinion, when it comes to the formula of freestyle, what do you think? What do you think would stay for you, and what do you think maybe you know, not eliminated, but maybe just bring it in as a little cameo, you know, in the ingredients themselves? And I was talking to Josh the other day, for example, we're talking about like the hi-hat, you know.
Well, me personally, I like the hi-hats, little snare, you know. I like Willie Valentine's kind of production. I like NSR, Angel Meta's production. I mean, there's so many producers out there that have a great knack for keeping it kind of old school with a new school kind of beat. I definitely am not a fan of that Planet Rock beat anymore. That's just so old. It's great, but once, twice, but after a while, it's just like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
You know, Joshua Weissman, he's JW. He's great. Never met him. I haven't had the chance to meet him yet. I just keep missing him at events. You know, friends with Yvette Nieves, Maziv, good friend of mine too. I like personally myself lots of remixes, edits, stutters. Can't even explain it. A lot of snare and hi-hat, drums, something new with a Latin kind of beat, Caribbean kind of beat. There's so much good freestyle music out there. It's not even funny. It's just with Latin speaking words. You know, there's not many out there, but there's starting to.
So you would incorporate more Latin drums and stuff like that.
Absolutely, like congas. You know what I mean? Something really different. You know, percussions. I mean, but like George Lamont, he's starting to. I think he's been doing it for a while. More on the Latin swing, kind of, but still with the freestyle flavor of the old school kind of beat. You know, I mean, every producer has their own signature sound, and that's what's amazing about freestyle and all these producers out there.
So what do we do with the bass line? You dig into the bass line? What do we do with the bass line?
I mean, it's tough. It depends what kind of artist we're talking about. I mean, it's just I'm not a full pro at it because my ideas are might not be a liking to yours. You know, what you might like. So I just kind of keep them in my little archive, and I post them up on Freestyle Showcase. Some people like it, some people don't. Most people do.
Sal, now that I'm talking about this, I remember a movie from back in the '80s. I think the movie was called Weird Science.
Yeah.
Remember when they were doing the doll things to make the perfect woman? So that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. How do we get all this element from everything we've heard throughout the last 35 years or something like that, and we make the perfect formula that everyone, not only for us but everyone, will love and appreciate all around the world, that we can export, freestyle exporting. Ba, 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 ba. I mean, I'm talking about tons. I'm talking about tons of music.
That's really tough because I don't know what's stopping it. I think it's mostly the people with their comments and a lot of negativity, which I don't really pay any mind to it, but it's. I was thinking one day, oh, and I forgot to mention the Santana Twins. They got an awesome kind of flavor to their remixes and what they produce and all that. They're amazing people. I really would like to see 3 or 4 producers work together on one remix and just have it a 10, 15-minute track.
That's the first. I haven't heard that one before, and I like what you're saying. I really like what you're saying. Okay, so let's put two. Let's put. You have the opportunity to choose your 4. Who would that be?
Man, if I don't mention any names in that 4, I want to tell these people I'm sorry, but I'd have to say Sal Madman Medina.
Okay.
He's amazing. He's got a lot of remixes and a lot of beats that he's made. Santana Twins, Fred the Edit, and Hans Sepulveda. Can we make it 6?
Yeah, let's make it 6, bro. Why not?
Joshua Weissman.
That's right, Josh. Let's put Josh in there.
Anthony Capolonga. He's out of, I believe, Staten Island, New York. Amazing editor, amazing producer. I mean, he does a lot of different kind of music. Just a 15-minute skit with about a minute and a half of each of their remixes in one mix would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, I think.
Sal, the info that you're giving us is amazing because you're schooling us. You're saying names, and I bet and this conversation is gonna be recorded forever. So anyone who wants to come back and see your point of view on this, you know what I'm saying, which is super cool, because you're talking about grabbing all this talent and putting them together, and for sure that something new is gonna be born at that particular moment.
Absolutely, and I know a lot of people are working on stuff, and it's just a matter of time that it's going to be put out. Whether if it's financial reasons why it's not being put out yet. I was at a point in my life a few years ago that I was willing to help financially with whoever was going to produce a certain thing. I don't want to mention anybody's name right now, and I'm still willing to do that with that certain particular artist. I don't even care if my name is mentioned in the credits or not. It doesn't even matter. Just to know that I had a foot in that piece of history that's in my blood since freestyle music evolved. I mean, it's just the genre is, I think, the most amazing genre ever. With such meaningful lyrics.
Sal, now that who do you consider were the first ones who made after 92, say late 92, that would be old school, like after 92, who was the first people that you heard that you consider them like a breakthrough for new school freestyle?
Wow, that's tough, because there's quite a lot. I mean, my opinion. I mean, talking about old school or new school?
No, new school. The new school. That moment where you said, okay, this is separating itself from that Planet Patrol stuff. this is kind of interesting. Like, for example, like I told you about pain. When I heard the color of pain, I'm like, whoa, this is pretty nice. You know, there's some ingredients in the color of pain. Some ingredients that I believe they're breakthrough. They're different. Starting with their style, you know, Cito style, and you know.
I'm really torn in which person I would like to choose to say which one broke that old school trend and started with the new school. I mean, because some of the music, the instrumental was somewhat old school, but the lyrics were a newer, modern type, if that makes any sense.
Okay, all right, let's pause it in there, right there. Okay, so new lyrics, like okay, how what do you consider that's old school lyrics and new school lyrics, like
well, I think like the old artists that have had their fame then, and they come out with a new song like Ronaldo. I forgot the name of the song. I was just playing it a little while ago. Really good song. I wish I could look for it. Pain, you know, with that
Pain.
color Pain, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
One of the breakthroughs that I hear in the color paint is exactly what you're saying. Something in the way they sang that song, just something about it that separates it from the rest of freestyle. Just separates it.
It's I think it's so the lyrics, and it's part of their how they perform, how they give their heart and soul into their performance, just like you know, Pain. I had this artist, the other artist on the tip of my tongue. Wow, I just had a brain fart for a minute. You know, I just wow.
Yeah, you know the
Wow, I
idea.
just lost my train of thought for a
Right.
minute.
The idea is to to just to base the future in what we did, and just get that reference point so we can take freestyle to the next level. So in order to go towards the future, we need to make a recap of everything that we did. And I love your idea. I love the idea of just the idea of you imagining, you know, putting together a group of people, producers, and I like that. Just with the idea itself, that for sure that something new is going to come out of that, something
Yeah,
new.
absolutely.
Because each of these producer styles, and that you put them together like a mad scientist.
Exactly.
You put them together, and you just let's make pizzas for them. Plenty of pizza, Sal, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's just, yo, bro, just chill. I got food for you guys, and just chill here for a while until that magical moment happens and something new is born.
Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, I'm sure in time with a lot of people with social media and doing live interviews like yourself and a few others.
Which I encourage. I encourage. We, anyone who everyone. We all got cell phones, and and let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There's plenty of people that they like to talk about the subject, and they want to talk about the subject, and it's those people responsibility to do something about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bernardo, I wish I could stay on longer, but I got to. I'm cooking dinner.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm cooking dinner, so I can eat a little bit and just take a little relaxation with this rain that we're having. And thank you for having me. I want to give a shout out to everybody that was watching. JW, Edie, and Benny Gonzalez. I haven't seen him in a long time. Angel, Jolie, Pose, the original TK, original Sweet Sensation. There's so many people. Ian Ice, Fascination, Willie Valentine, man. Cynthia, Sammy C, all my friends from up north, Florida. Really be nice to reconnect one day and hopefully put a show together really, really soon.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Sal, for giving us this moment, and let's keep on talking. Let's make a special time, so because there's plenty to talk with you, because you know a lot about the genre, and there's a lot of information that that a lot of people would like to know.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. We'll definitely link up again, and I'll keep you posted what I got in the works. Hopefully soon, for a couple of weeks, maybe close to a month. Just waiting for the right moment to strike.
All right, my bro. Thank you so much for your time. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
God bless.
Bye bye.
All right.
Bye.